Good evening, you beautiful souls. Welcome to our first fall Satsang series. It's beyond trippy to me that it's already September. So I just want to welcome you to another loving, healing, transformative, and most importantly, relaxing evening so you can get a beautiful sleep and soak up those full moon energies that we received yesterday. Now, even if you weren't even aware of the full moon yesterday, the energies were playing their role in many of our lives, and especially yours. So, I just want to invite you into the loving space of the heart. And most importantly, just take a nice deep breath and relax. So, if you can, just take a nice inhale and a comfortable exhale as we just release, we just let go of all that tension built throughout the day. And if you can, we're going to get started here. So just get comfortable, get those last few wiggles out. And we'll begin now, per usual. We're going to open up our bodies, open up our hearts, open up the mind with those powerful Om chants. So every time you hear that tap of the bell, take a nice deep breath in and let out and release that divine chord, the Om. Now, the key tonight is that I want you to really focus on the silence after you really say the chord, or you sing the chord, you chant the chord. So bring your full attention to the sound of your own voice, and then just allow yourself to focus on the silence. Not like you're listening for anything, but you're simply resting and marinating in that stillness, that presence of being. And with this last tap of the bell, allow yourself to shift your attention to the sound of the bowl singing. And as it fades away again, affix that attention to the silence within. For it's here in the silence, the stillness, the emptiness of our own being in which we can truly perceive our own inner truth. Again, I lovingly invite you into that space of the heart, into the space in which I will prepare for you, but most importantly, the space in which you allow yourself to receive and marinate within. Each of us is capable. In truth, you already are that silence, that witness. But it's the habit, the cycles, the patterns, the intimacy in which we experience internally that seemingly makes us believe we are each internal phenomena perceived and experienced. But tonight, here in this moment, this slice of now, you recognize you are the witness of it all. And it's in this inner looking, it's this stillness, this peace that gives us the power in which we've always had, but given to the body. Assert your position, assert your true authority and power and governance of this form. And recognize that all happens within you. All is given life from you. All experience can only be observed and witnessed and lived through with your attention and presence. So what are you? What happens when you simply know yourself as that silent witness, the observer, the witness to this experience and play of life? What do you observe? The simple truth that is overlooked in our lives is that you give birth to each and every thought form, each emotion, each sensation that disturbs, that excites, that distracts, that brings focus. For you are that God and Goddess of manifestation, of creation. Yet when we hold no expectations to our experience, we effortlessly live through them, immersed in the act of living itself. This is the being, the isness, the amness, that presence of self known as me, myself, and I. There is nothing that you can't achieve, for you are the creator of it all. You are life itself, and it is always expressing itself through you, inching you closer and closer, sometimes taking leaps and even pushing you off the cliff to these deeper recognitions that you are one, whole, eternal, and powerful. Many of us have heard the saying, life is what you make it. And in this light, you gain deeper wisdom and understanding to such a powerful phrase. But what happens when you no longer seek outside you for identification, purpose, wholeness, and rather turn your gaze inwards? What happens when you recognize the thoughts are truly outside of you, despite being observed within the form? What happens when you see each emotion like the breeze coming and going? And what happens to you when you see every internal sensation and dismiss it? All actions are this grabbing of the reins of the horse that is the body. And as you reassert yourself as the rider, life will unfold before your very eyes. But you must be willing, you must be loving to yourself, your true self, to overcome the lesser distractions of this physical, dense manifestation. You are the truth itself. Never lose sight of the peace and love and harmony that radiates from you and always has. For the love in which you express towards yourself in this light shall be the truth that sets you free. You are far greater and far more powerful than you realize, so do not waste your efforts on thoughts of self-destruction and separation and destruction of others, for you are a being of manifestation. Everything within you becomes expressed and created in this external world in which we all share. So treat yourself with love and do not think ill of others. For in truth, we all share this great inner power, this eternal source, this eternal fire of the One. For you are a cell amongst the whole. How can one understand and know itself without the concept of otherness? Some point of contrast. Here we must recognize that our own living experience is the life lesson of the Eternal One. Whether it is understood, experienced, or known at this current moment matters not. The fact is, you are in discovery of your truth. And your truth is yours. Your unique soul, your unique light will shine forth regardless of the storms around you once you trust and love yourself. You'll be the fire that all want to warm themselves by. And you will be the fire that attracts all the bugs, but trust in yourself and know that they will be burned up by your divine light. For when you remain marinating within the own presence of your own truth, you become undisturbed by no matter the external happenings. For you are the creator of your experience. So dance your dance. Be the most genuine self in which you know you can be. Do not hold your tongue back in opposition to others, but speak lovingly and build bridges of understanding. Through communication, through compassion, through creativity, there is nothing that you can't achieve. Many of us have heard the phrase, where there is a will, there is a way. So will yourself to your own truth. Be disciplined, be consistent, let go of the lesser natures that no longer serve you and embrace the truth in which you know. The arbitrary nature of time, the effortlessness of your own being when you simply let go, and the peace, happiness, and excitement that comes when you experience something new. Understand that every moment is like this, lost in time, effortlessly flowing, and ever living a new experience. For each moment, each slice of now, is in truth the only one that exists. And at any second, like the snap of a finger, the flick of a switch, the flash of a lightning bolt, life can be restored, it can be seen as anew. You can awaken, heal, and transform yourself. For life can change in the blink of an eye. Allow yourself to take a loving and deep breath. And hold the inhalation as long as you can comfortably. Not focusing on the lungs or the body's sensations, but simply being as you are. Allow this simple action of breath to take you away, to create separation, to be that source of transcendence in which you can awaken from the intimacy and habits of the body. And again, take a long and deep inhalation, filling yourself up with the vital forces of life. allowing each and every cell to be vitalized, restored, harmonized as you effortlessly sit or lay down. And it's here, one final deep breath, we allow ourselves to take in those universal energies and cosmic rays and lunar rays of the full moon received yesterday, to distribute evenly throughout the body, to heal where we need the healing, to release tension where there is tightness, and to empower not only the form, but our will, our hearts, and to liberate us from the mind. Simply marinate in the presence of your own being. Allowing yourself to look at a distance from all that is arising within you. But most importantly, embracing everything that arises. For again, the resistance is a path to growth and opportunity. It's here we assert ourselves in the true position, the controller of this form, the rider of this horse, the puppeteer to this puppet. But most importantly, it's in this moment you can fall in love with yourself again. The truth of your being, the truth of all beings. From the plant to the bug to the bird to the person. We all share this source of meanness, this presence of I. And as we unfold and let go of all that doesn't serve us in these lesser identifications, we come to the truth of our source. And within that, we become empowered, inspired, enlightened, awakened, as we continue this process of unfoldment, exploring this great mystery we call life. Fall in love with the quiet. Fall in love with the calm. Fall in love with the stillness, the emptiness, yet fullness of your being. To the mind, it is boring, for it's not active. To the body, it's uncomfortable, for it's not action. And for the emotions, it is often what we're truly yearning for, but have been seeking outside of ourselves. So direct your gaze, direct your love inwards as I again lovingly invite you into this space of the heart. And know that you are the beauty and the perfection in which you are intended to be. See yourself how you truly want to be, and know that is what will come to fruition. Envision yourself in the perfection you truly see for it, and know that it will come into manifestation. For you are the truth and hold the power and authority of the cosmos. So use your tools wisely. There is nothing you can't achieve in this world, for all arises within it through you, from you, and ultimately because of you. So understand that you must use this great power with great responsibility. and come to recognize that there is nothing that holds you back but yourself. For you are that God and Goddess of manifestation and creation, and thy will shall be done. You are loved, for you are love itself. You embody these universal powers, these universal energies. And our own sun, you are a star shining forth. So let go. Simply be. And understand that you are the divine embodied. Allow yourself to take one deep and loving breath when you hear the next tap of the bell. And know that this Om is that representation of such divinity. And as you chant forth and sing forth this powerful chord, affix your attention to the heart and watch all melt away. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. Don't you love it? Now, that does conclude the guided meditation portion of our Satsang. But most importantly, if you have any questions, this is your time to ask away. The one question that I received from Instagram, the IG, really doesn't have anything to do with the meditation. So if there's anything that's more spiritually oriented first, this is the perfect time to ask away. Now, just to kind of cover the question from Instagram real quick, what park will we be hosting our next Community Through Unity? I don't know yet. Simple answer, I don't know. We're probably going to be putting out a poll now for those listening that aren't in the Seattle area. Community Through Unity is an event that I'm hosting and have been hosting 3 times now, where we meet the last Sunday of every month to spread peace, love, joy. We start off with a yoga session to kind of ready the body, then I lead a meditation to really ready the spirit. And it's all about healing, it's all about love, it's all about building community. Now, we like to have live music, spoken word, poetry readings, whatever after that. But it's an event to really just inspire people again, to bring people back to that space of the heart. And it kind of goes with the importance of creative expression. It came up in this meditation. I believe it was the 3 C's. Can't remember what it was. I'll have to watch back, but one of them was just creativity along with compassion. I believe communication. But there's something that's really important for everyone to understand, is that we're each creative, and there's nothing more that we as human beings enjoy than being around that type of creative expression. Letting our bodies get that energy out, letting our minds and, the intuition explore, and allowing ourselves to dive deep into the arts. I think creativity and human beingness, or creativity in the human expression, they're like this. they go hand in hand, because there's something that's so powerful from being able to give yourself up to that flow and let life flow through you and express itself. And when you're kind of guiding those energies through your heart and through your own kind of imagination, there's such a beautiful harmony that gets established. And I think that's something that is so important nowadays. And, for everyone that doesn't feel like they're creative, I say that's BS. That's a big load of crap, because everyone's creative. You can be creative from cleaning, cooking, organizing, working with the different various mediums of art, singing, tapping, drumming, writing, drawing. There's no limits to the human expression. I think that's something that's really beautiful. And there's nothing that holds us back from that but ourselves. So, to kind of continue the theme, excuse me, a little bit of burp. To continue our theme of this meditation, it's really important to dive into your own truth, to really strip away what is foreign to you, what is unoriginal to you, to not overlook the subtleties that life is always really slamming our faces in, and to embrace the now. Because when we really let go of expectations for an experience, when we don't worry about the future or what will happen, and we don't dwell in the past, we're allowing ourselves to fully immerse ourselves in the only experience that exists, this present moment. And there's nothing more beautiful than that. Like, all of our lives, from the moment we're kids to the moment we take our last breaths, we know this is true. That we get in that zone, that time just flies by, that we lose ourselves in the moment when we really offer everything that we seem to feel like's important and just let it go. To not care about the thoughts, to not worry about the emotions, to not even think about the sensations, but to just go. And that's one of the most important things. And there's going to be a video actually getting released pretty soon about meditation, is that meditation is really whatever enables you to get into that state of union, of harmony, of peace, where there is no worry, there is no fear, there is no expectation or judgment. It's just being. And it doesn't matter what you do to get to that. There's so many different ways, whether it be, your sit down practice of meditation, and, to like running, to lifting weights, to drawing, and, to being creative and expressing yourself. There's infinite ways that us as human beings can tap into our own inner light and source of truth. And the only being that holds us back is ourselves. One of the most important things that I try to get people to understand is that this sit down practice of meditation is like, it's more so a focused version, you could say, of this feeling. It's like the training exercise to really work that spiritual muscle that is getting you into that flow state, that aspect of being. And as I put in this meditation, is you're building separation. And when you build separation from like the crazy intimacy and activity of the body, you're left with nothing but your truth. And when you get to a certain point in this and you're comfortable with this, and you kind of have had the major recognitions and understand things about this, you truly live your meditation. And that's like, I'm telling you folks, it's dope. Like, because when you do have a sit down practice, it just gets to another level. But when you allow yourself to actually have your life experience all the time, marinating and remaining in that moment of now and your own truth, it's beautiful. And some words of encouragement for those that are kind of going on this awakening process and this unfoldment, and are at that kind of precipice between the different levels or layers of this types of consciousness. Just understand that your me doesn't go away. I think that's one of the games of the mind that holds us back, is that, oh, if I let go of this, I'm not going to be me. If I let go of this, it's not going to be the same person. Yeah, you're right. It's not going to be the same, but it's for the best, because it's all that lesser nature cycles and habits and paths of least resistance that are causing your suffering. And when you liberate yourself from them, you transcend them. You know, the mind is always trying to hold us back from these greater recognitions. The body is always trying to hold us back until we really grab those reins on it. So know that the me, myself, and I doesn't change, it simply transforms. And in truth, it's really just a polishing away, it's a refinement. You're getting away all the muck and the gunk that isn't truly you. So your personality can express itself more readily, easily. Your heart can shine forth without the internal chaos and chatter and the fear and all of these things. And your mind can just turn off. You can turn it on whenever you want, but that's the thing, is that it's no longer controlling or dictating your experience. And I can't tell you enough how powerful that is. And in truth, when you fall in love with yourself, you understand that, oh, it's not even that important. It's good for some things, but you really don't even need it that much because you're an intuitional being. You vibe on a whole different level than thoughts. Thoughts are kind of our imagination and survival tool. But in truth, your creativity and your experience stems from your heart. It's the true seed of your soul, the true seed of your beingness. So, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed, and in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment. For a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all who ask. Namaste. I bow to that divine light within you. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me tonight. And have a good September. Have a great fall. Summer may have come to a close, and we're in this time of transition and transformation. And there's nothing more kind of symbolic than letting the lesser stuff fall away. So, have a great night. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It really means a lot in terms of like my personal pleasure, but it also means a lot for the YouTube analytics. But subscribe, share. Don't keep this stuff to yourself. We all need to uplift one another, so continue to shine on. I love you. Have a great night. As usual, peace.